I'm Tony Sklar with bnetTV. We are here in Berlin at the Small Cell Global Congress, and I'm speaking with Mr. Rick Virgeen from Mosaic. How are you today, sir?
I'm doing well, thank you.
Excellent. For all of the people out there in bnetTV land, why don't you give us a brief overview of Mosaic, what you're doing here at the Small Cell Congress, and what you're speaking about?
Mosaic Telecom's a regional provider in northwest Wisconsin. We've been in business, in the wireline business since 1907. So we've been around quite a while. I obviously haven't been there that whole
You're looking really good for your age.
I've been there 35 years, but not since 1907. And a wireline provider and wireless provider. We are here because we are providing femtocells or small cells in our cellular network in rural areas in Wisconsin. We use femtocell technology a little bit different than some of the larger providers, primarily because our service territory is so rural in nature. We use it kind of differently than some of the big companies do.
Can you expand or define differently?
Our focus is not on data network offload, which a lot of the carriers in metro areas, the spectrum that they're using to operate their networks is congested because of so many users. So they're looking to use femtos to offload that data from the airwaves to DSL or cable modems. In our particular case, we're interested in coverage because in rural areas, we don't have the densities that they do in a metro area, so offloading data isn't an issue because our networks aren't congested. Getting coverage into valleys and into or behind hills and in areas that are heavily wooded are a big issue. So we use the femtocell as a way to provide ubiquitous coverage rather than offloading data.
What specifically are you going to be speaking about?
Actually, specifically about deploying this service or deploying small cells in rural areas, because our strategy in their use is a little bit different, as I explained, than the large carriers. So it's kind of another way to use small cell technology.
How have those rollouts been for you? What were some of the challenges that you incurred while rolling that out?
Well, we kind of went the gamut as far as issues, technical issues. We were early on as an adopter of the femtocell technology, so there was some significant issues, technical issues, as we tried to turn up the service and get it ready for customers. The type of backhaul that you use, for instance, is an issue, whether it's cable modem, whether it's DSL, whether it's wireless. We actually use our LTE wireless service as backhaul for our 3G small cell technology. So each of those has its own unique set of issues with IP, with quality of service, and interconnection, or where you install the small cell device, whether it's ahead of the router in your home or behind it. All of those things kind of have issues that you have to work through and understand before you can deploy them properly and that the device will work the way that it's supposed to.
So what were some of the things that you're going to look for in this sort of next generation of femtos or small cells, if you may, in the coming 12 to 24 months that are going to help solve some of those issues?
We really would like to see some outdoor units. Everyone has the macro cells, and a lot of folks have invested in the small cells or the femtocells for inside residential or small businesses. What we'd like is another tool in our kit to be able to provide ubiquitous coverage is a lower power, like a micro cell, that would mount outside and cover a small area, whether it be a section of highway or school playground or the football field at the school where a large number of people gather, so that it could be use a lower cost backhaul and a lower cost investment than a macro cell. And a lot of times you can't you're not able to get macro cells where you want to put them because of different regulations by city government or village governments or county governments. So a smaller building-mounted or pole-mounted macro, or not a macro, a micro cell would be a real handy tool for us.
And then, Rick, finally, why is it important to be engaged or attend conferences like the Small Cell Global Congress?
Well, you really get to interact with other operators, so you can see how other people are using the technology, and it's a good place to meet the vendors and talk with them about the different products that they have that they're developing and where the products are going. It's been kind of a long, bloody process, if you want to call it that, to get to the point where we are, where we can have a product that our customers can use and have confidence in, and it's a reliable, stable product. We want to take that next step and go to that next generation of small cell technology, and you know, being involved on it early on gives us valuable experience in doing that. So
you're well positioned within this market space and the ecosystem. Good luck in that scale here in the future.
Thank you very much.
Been speaking with Mr. Rick Virgeen from Mosaic Telecom here in Berlin at the Small Cell Global Congress. I am Tony Sklar with bnetTV.